So I'm finally home. Basically what happened is I left around probably 12:30 to get to my old office. I don't know if you already know, but recently I was let go. I've never been happier, actually. So I had to stop by the office to pick up a few things because my boss actually was not in. So one of my co-workers called me and told me I could come pick up some of my stuff and delete some stuff from the computer that probably wasn't supposed to be on there in the first place. So we left from there. Justin called me and we talked for a little bit, so thumbs up. Yeah, getting to the airport probably took about an hour. Definitely should not have. The airport probably should have taken like half an hour to get there, but no comment on that because my grandfather's driving. So we got there about 1:30, and I originally was gonna go out and check my baggage outside because the lines were shorter, until I found out that it costs $27 to check your bag out there. It's an extra $2, and you can't pay cash. You have to pay credit. And I have no money in my bank account. I usually only carry cash. So I had to go inside, wait in line for about, I think, 45 minutes until I got up to ticketing. Thankfully, that process was pretty quick. She took my ID, she asked me how to bag, so I was checking, and that was about it. So that probably took about like maybe 5 minutes, thankfully, because my dad actually rescheduled my flight for me instead of me having to go through all that hassle and paying money that I don't really have to pay for another ticket, even though it was free, due to inclement weather. Then I did manage to make some friends. Actually, there was a lot of military personnel around the airport, I guess, because a lot of people got leave, which is, good, and it's good to see them being able to go home. And I made a few friends, I played a few cards, maybe I got a few numbers, and, we won't comment on that. And I was at the terminal for probably 2 hours before I got my flight. Thankfully, it was supposed to be on time. We boarded by 3:30, but we didn't get off the ground until about 4:30. I did, however, get in around 5:15, which isn't too bad. It's about a 40-minute flight. The flight wasn't too bad. The people I was sitting next to, yeah, let's not even go there. They're actually pretty rude. Thankfully, I didn't know how I managed to get this. I managed to get a window seat, which is awesome. Usually in those kind of situations, it's really, really hard to come by because so many people had to catch, new flights for missing it from Saturday and Sunday that most of them were actually overbooked. Thankfully, this one wasn't, and I managed to get a window seat. I prefer the window seats because I kind of have panic attacks if I can't see outside. I don't know, it's just really weird, especially if there's turbulence. I freak out. The flight wasn't too bad. I listened to my iPod for most of the time, which is usual procedure. My dad actually got there before I did, which isn't a surprise because he said he was leaving at 3:30 and we didn't get up until 4:30, so it's only about an hour flight, it's only about an hour drive from Boston, so it wasn't too bad for him. Getting home was another story. There was actually, I think we were in the parking lot itself for probably a really long time. And I bet they were making bank that day because the way they do it over there is that you are charged per 30 minutes. So my dad, I don't know, I think he paid like $10 in parking, probably a little bit more than that. 95 was fine, but it wasn't until we got to 495 that there was an accident on the left side, so that cut down it to 2 lanes, which sucked. When we got onto 135, there was another accident, which sucks again because the police officers don't really know how to control traffic, which really backed up everything. So I think we were stuck there for like 10 minutes just waiting for the police officers to be able to let us go on by. I did get home. Finally, I saw my puppy. I was really excited about that because I haven't seen him since Thanksgiving, but before that I probably hadn't seen him since last Christmas, so I know. It most of the night has been spent just being with my family. We watched Intervention, which I felt kind of guilty because I was actually drinking a lot of alcohol while I was watching Intervention, so it kind of seemed like this could be me. We watched a little bit of Hoarders, but I can't watch the show. I can't stand it. I can't stand all the clutter and everything like that. It stresses me out a little bit for my OCD and my anxiety, so we don't watch that show. And I didn't really do much for the whole night. I talked to my friend Jeremy for a little while, since he's working. He's actually doing security at a Burlington Code Factory outlet or something like that. I'm not, or corporate, something like that. And here I am. It got kind of boring downstairs, just sitting down there, and I spent the whole night trying to figure out my freaking internet, because I guess the password never got saved to this keychain, so I had to figure out from my dad's handwriting, this lovely thing right here, where the 2's look like Z's and the Z's look like 2's, so I couldn't really tell. So I started at probably 9 o'clock. It is now 12:45, and I just got my internet working. So I managed to save it to the keychain this time, so I don't ever have to deal with this again. My dad and I have typically smaller handwriting, so it's a lot harder for people to understand. My mom's is ridiculous. I don't even know how she reads it. So, since I have no cable in this room because of the new, I guess, digital cable boxes, my parents never bothered to get them for this because it's actually the guest bedroom, and I'm going to be kicked out starting Thursday because my other grandparents will be here, and yeah, I have a hard time dealing with my mom's family, so let's not go there. So I'm actually probably just going to watch Juno and hopefully fall asleep. So I hope everyone has a good night. It's about 12:45 right now, and this is about to go up hopefully soon, and I will enjoy watching Juno. Thanks.